What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the show. You know me, the B-O double G. I'm just kidding. So, what I'm going to do is have Heather fix this real quick, and then we'll get started. Um, Hopefully, some people show up, but if they don't, they don't, which is fine with me. So, I'll let Heather fix some things real quick, and then.
Oh, how you doing, Alpha? Still in the chat. I'll wait for others to get in and fix the rest of the screen. See if anybody else joins in.
I'll leave that screen up.
Sorry, well.
We'll sit here and talk for a little bit. Rishan had sent me a couple of questions, so I'll answer those real quick. Yeah, sent me like 10 fucking questions. So,
I'll probably listen on the train and the way to work tomorrow.
all right, let me see here. So, I actually pulled out my Class A uniform. I will go over some of them. I don't remember all of them. I can look them up and find them for you. In fact, I have my computer here in front of me to actually do that. So pull that up. See if it pulls up here in a second. What are some, this is a good one. I think I've talked about this numerous times. What are some life lessons that you learned from your military service? So, I think I've told this story. When I was, um, um, when I was younger, before I joined the army, I was undisciplined, and had no direction. Um, so I one of the biggest life lessons that I learned was self-discipline and responsibility, which is something I didn't have. I do now, and I'm very proud of it. Um, so that's one. I'm just trying to, because I'm gonna pull up my Class A's. Heather, can you grab my Class A's for me? Take them out of the bag for me. Um, how to survive. I learned how to survive, which is an important life lesson. Um, let's do this again. Ribbon builder. There we go. So it's the ribbons. So I think I can take this off. So this is my Class A uniform. Everything over here, these are citation awards. Unit citate. One's a presidential. I can't remember. This one is the presidential citation, and this is a unit citation. These are all the awards that I've gotten since from the time that I was in the military. This one here is my marksman badge, and because I didn't give a shit, I was only a marksman. But if I really had to, I was a really good shooter. This one is a driver's badge and a mechanic's badge. This one here. Sorry. And then these are all my awards. So this right here, I was a combat engineer. This is an engineer castle here. And this is just the U.S. Army insignia. This is our shield, our engineer shield, combat engineer shield. And this was my rank when I was in the Army. So there's that. I actually thought about wearing this, but I didn't want to shave. So, yeah, I can take this off. You want to take that off so I can pull up the ribbons here. So
many damn it.
Damn it. All right. So let me see here. How has your military service impacted your feelings about war and the military in general? How has my military service impacted your feelings about war?
Shit, man.
War sucks. I always thought war sucked. War is never pretty.
Hold on, Mo.
Call of Duty and what you guys see on TV is nothing like the real thing. The closest thing you'll come to that would be, I need everybody to watch. Black Hawk Down does a pretty good job. Black Hawk Down does a pretty good job. Build it. So war's never pretty, and my thoughts on the military, I think everybody should join that can. Number one, they pay for your school. Number two, they pay for you. They take care of you. They really do. You get 3 meals a day. Sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're not, but they feed you. They feed you very well. The hardest part about it is you don't get much sleep. You will sleep, but you won't get tons of it, especially if you're out in the field. It sucks. You'll be physically fit, trust me. But it is quite the adventure. So I got the board here. So I'm looking at ribbons right now. If you want to, you can ask the questions and I'll answer them. What's the matter? So the last time I wore that, I pissed my pants.
God damn it, Mo.
Mo, stop.
No, I was trying to get up to put this back on the door.
Go ahead. Yep.
You went with number 2 already?
What was number 2?
What are some life lessons?
Yeah, I already answered that. I answer that one all the time.
What message would you like to leave for future generations?
Don't take what you have for granted. Don't take your freedom. If we're talking Army, don't take your freedom for granted. In fact, nobody should take their freedom for granted. If you do take your freedom for granted, you're as bad as the next person.
All right. What was your rank?
My rank was a sergeant. I already talked about that. Do I have bronze star in there? Yes, I do. Oh, I didn't do it. You son of a bitch. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yes or no, do you still remember any classified intel / missions?
I never had any classified / intel missions. So I'm going to answer no, and that's not me not wanting to tell you. It's just we weren't that high level.
And how many tours did you do?
So I did 2. Well, okay. So I actually did 3, but I only went overseas once, and that was to Haiti, which was a shit show. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all the questions.
Right. You son of a bitch. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, some of these are like multicolored weird fucking shit. So just bear with me. Heather, do you have any? I'm sure you have some questions.
There's a few.
Go ahead.
Aside from boot camp and the drill sergeants being assholes.
Well, they weren't assholes. They were just doing their job.
I know, but there was one that just plain didn't like you.
That was my fault, though. But go ahead.
What is another memory from boot camp? I've heard most of them.
So the one that I told everybody here the other day. So we used to get mail, right? And drill sergeants just liked fucking with us. And how you word things is everything in the Army. So we had, I was gonna say I have that. It's right there. God damn it! I fucking hate this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a second. Apparently, I can't do anything more than once. I thought about doing this. I just finished writing an assignment, so I'm sorry I'm a little late. What's up, Aru? Let me think here. So, it's how you word things in the military when you're speaking to a drill sergeant, right?
Uh-huh.
So we would get mail, and a lot of the people, you know, when your mom calls you, you say, "Coming, Mom," right? So we always had to respond with "Yes, drill sergeant," or "Here, drill sergeant," or whatever, right? So whenever they call your name for mail, we had this one fucking kid. He was dumber, and he did this every single time. He would get the drill, and we had, in order for us to get our mail, we had to get up. Even though you were standing right in front of the drill sergeant, you had to get up, run around the barracks, come to him, and get your mail, and then run back, right? So he got up. They called his name, and and it's Private Smith. He got up and he said, "Here, drill sergeant, coming, drill sergeant." He goes, "You better not be coming. This is not in the barracks. He needs to do it again." So he did it like 4 fucking times, and he kept on saying, "Here, drill sergeant, coming, drill sergeant." And the drill sergeant, every fucking time, he goes, "Jesus Christ, you have some stamina, son. You ain't come yet." If you're getting where I'm going with this. So finally he did it, and he stopped him after about the 10th fucking time. He stopped him and he goes, "Private, when I call your name, you say, 'Here, drill sergeant,' moving drill sergeant." So he called his name again. He got up and he said, "Here, drill sergeant, coming, drill sergeant." And finally the drill sergeant was like, "Fuck this." He said, "Everybody, front leaning rest position, move." And he smoked the shit out of us for 20 minutes because this guy couldn't fucking get his phrase right. That's a funny story. Very first night, because it was all alphabetical, I had to pull guard duty the very first night. And I was the last shift, and it was the 3-hour shift. So we went to bed at 9. I got to, and the first night, you didn't sleep. So I laid there fucking trying to figure out what the fuck I was doing there, why I would do this to myself. Little did I know 23 years later it was worth it. So yeah. That was hell. Like I said, you get sleep, but you don't get sleep. There it is. I only got the one. The A-frame. God damn it. This thing resets on me all the fucking time. The hourglass, which is, I have the hourglass and the M device. I don't know if it's bronze. I think it is.
Yeah.
Did I put this one up there? This one, this one is, yep. God damn it. Like what? So I got some things we can do tonight. I'm gonna, do I put a star on that? That's the FDA campaign medal, I think.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yes.
Broad star. Says Oakley because this is my 10-year award. I should have gotten 20 years because it's silver.
Yeah, that's silver.
That's 20 years. Just give me a second. If you guys have questions in the chat, you can ask. Sergeant for what? You were in the Army?
Junior ROTC.
JROTC? You spelled sergeant wrong, no? It's SERGEANT. We would get yelled at for spelling it wrong. That's why I know. If you see it before I do, please stop me.
Right there. Yep.
The Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal. I have a silver oak leaf. I have one silver oak leaf. Add ribbon. Then I have, this is there's two awards on here that I think there's two commemorative ribbons. I'll get into those here in a second. I'm trying to find this one. I'm almost done, guys. There it is.
It's bronze.
All right. So the first award, I had this fucking backwards. So this one here is an army. This one here, the rainbow looking one, Army Service Ribbon. This one is the. These are in precedence of order, but apparently I've got it backwards. But I don't think I do. I think that's wrong, but I'm not going to fight it. This one is the. Did I not put it on there? Hey, motherfucker. Didn't put it on there.
Just scroll down. It's
Where?
that middle one on the top.
Yeah, but it. This fucking goddamn site sucks. So this one here, fucking, I don't remember. This pisses me off.
If you want, I can look and see if it comes up faster.
Oh my god. There we go. Let me see. I just want the fucking goddamn picture to pop up.
If only that one was clear.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hold on, I'm working on it. Alright. What ribbon are you looking at now?
So I'm looking at all of them. This I know is the Army Service Ribbon. This one here. It is dark blue, light blue, yellow, and maroon on. Let me see.
Looks like it'll be on this one.
I can't fucking see.
Well, you just give
I
me a
can't.
second. I couldn't have done it.
I'm trying to.
Uh-huh. It's not on here.
Just give me a second, guys. You motherfucker. I'm about to fucking lose my shit. I have to pull it up on here because I can't fucking see shit.
I'm looking. Trying to find one that's clear.
All right, let me see. Ugh, quit with the shit. just gonna open it up here. There we go. All right. So this one here is the Army Service Ribbon. This one here is the Army Overseas Ribbon.
There we go.
This one here is the Army Overseas Ribbon. That's from when I went to Haiti. This one here is the Army's Reserve Component Overseas Training Ribbon from when we went to Germany. This one here is the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. Sorry. This one here is an Army Armed Forces Reserve Medal. You get that for 10 years of service. Or don't. Yes. For 10 years of, I think that's right, 10 years of service. And I have also got it's an M on there, which is what my finger is under it. That's for meritorious service. This right here is an NCO developmental badge. So when you graduate from basic leader course or advanced leader course or senior leader course, you receive a ribbon. And then as you progress, you'll get a 2, and then a 3, and then a 4, and then a 5. There's 5 of them because there's 5 levels of NCO classes you have to go through. This one is the Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal. You get that every 3 years. This one is the National Defense Service Medal. You get 2. I got 2 of them. That's what the Bronze Star is for. In the middle there. That one is because of the 2 wars that were started. So everybody that joined the military up to 2001, after Gulf War, they stopped giving them out. No, the Gulf War. Mm-hmm. And then after the Gulf War was over, they stopped giving them out. And then after 2001, they gave them out again. So I got 2 of them because there was 2 wars. I think that's how it goes. This one right here is the Afghanistan Campaign Medal. This one is the Army Commendation Medal. For doing something. This one is if you do something like. And the Army Achievement Medal is another one. That one here, I got like 5 of those. And that's an achievement, something I did for service to my unit or whatever. Above and beyond. So there's... I gotta trim my nose hairs, man. I don't have a Purple Heart, and the Purple Heart is for being injured during combat. You don't just get a Purple Heart if you get hurt in the military, because if that was the case, everybody get a fucking Purple Heart.
Yep.
Purple Hearts you're a select few people. Well, I shouldn't say select few, because there's quite a few people that have been shot and stuff like that, so... I feel like I deserve a Purple Heart, though, for all bullshit I went through. But I'm just kidding. I don't deserve a Purple Heart. I do want to read something to you guys. And I stand by this creed every day. Because once a soldier, always a soldier. So I'm going to read this to you. The Soldier's Creed. We had to memorize this too. We would say this at every formation in the morning, like the first formation. Or if you went before a board, you had to recite it. So here it goes. The Soldier's Creed. I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. And I will recite the Army values here in a minute, because honestly, the Army values everybody should live by. Well, you'll understand why in a second. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough, trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself. I am an expert and I am a professional. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am an American soldier. That is the credo we live by. Now, our Army values, leadership. And I'll read those to you. I used to have a thing. I think Wendy, I gave it to Wendy, but I don't know what she did. Army values. Army values. 7 core values of the armies are loyalty. Be faithful to the U.S. Constitution, the Army, your unit, and other soldiers. How does that relate to the human? To civilian life? Just think of it like this. Be faithful to your family, your friends, and your loved ones. It's essentially the same thing. Your job that you do, be truth. Duty. Fulfill your obligations. So what your job is, what you do for a living, fulfill that. If it's fucking flipping burgers, I used to do it. It's flipping fucking burgers. There's nothing wrong with working at fucking McDonald's. You may see your friends come into McDonald's and coming in there and they see you wearing a McDonald's uniform or you're flipping burgers and it's like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. But you're contributing to society. And that's the way you have to look at it. Respect. Treat others with respect and trust that they have done their jobs. Now, no matter what, treat people with respect. Treat others as you would want to be treated. That's a general value that everybody should live by. Selfless service. Put the welfare of the nation, the army, and your subordinates before your own. This is true. I have always, and Heather can vouch for this, I've always put my family before myself. Do I not?
Mm-hmm.
I put my work sometimes before Heather. And it sucks for me because I miss some things. But my job is important to me because without that, I have nothing. We have nothing. She understands that. However, I put their welfare before my own. I always do that. I'm always the last one to eat. Even if I cook the food, because there's a rule in this house, if you cook the food, you get to eat first, right? Except for me. I let her eat first, or we let Wendy eat first, and then she eats. That's how it is in my household. That is what I do. That is how I do things. Honor. Live up to the Army values. Honor your family. Honor your loved ones. Integrity. Do what's right legally and morally. Integrity. Everybody should have integrity. And personal courage. Face fear, danger, and adversity, physical or moral. So no matter what's put in front of you, it takes personal courage. Like, I don't like flying, but I get on a plane because I know I have to. I'm afraid of heights. If I have, I'll climb a ladder. I don't like it, but I'll climb that motherfucker. It's just the way I am. Um, no, Medal of Honor is the most sacred of them all. Um, I actually got to meet a Medal of Honor recipient when I was in Minneapolis, and I will tell you what, they are celebrities. In the military community, they are celebrities. What they have done uh, is beyond what they should ever do. I don't know what's the dude from Unbroken. He's a medal. I think he's a Medal of Honor recipient, but he the shit he went through to get where he was for other people. He sacrificed. He didn't die. He sacrificed himself so that others could escape. Um, it's hard to explain. I think he's one of them. So that's where I am with that. Let me see. I was gonna do an acronym. Nobody's here to do the acronym game, but can you not? Here, I'll see if I'll ask Heather if she knows.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If it's not one thing, it's another.
fucking computer sucks. I had it up and then I closed it.
Yep.
I'm an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what a POV is in an Army acronym, Heather?
Point of view.
Nope. I mean, it could be, but that's not a privately owned vehicle. You've heard this. You've heard this term, FTX.
I've heard it, but I've not. I don't know what it means.
Field Training Exercise. You've heard this word. I say this word all the time. Op board.
Order of process.
Operation order. Close. You've heard me. Do you know what PX stands for?
Isn't it physical training?
Postal exchange. All right. What I'm going to do, can I put up? I'm going to put up a rank. Um, any guys got any? So that is true. We should act as that's how we should act as adults. Um, I don't have much to say. I mean, what I was going to do, I was gonna let everybody ask me questions. Nobody has questions for me. Um, I
That's the problem
answered.
with doing videos on Mondays.
Well, I mean that's Veterans Day.
I know.
I can't help when Veterans Day falls on it. Next year, I'm probably gonna do a video with one of my friends and see if he wants to do it. And I'll either go to his house or he'll come here and we'll just sit around and talk. At some point, I would like to get like a few of my friends who I hung out with today. Wendy had her
Well, her school had their Veterans Day program today.
Wendy's school had their Veterans Day program. And I went to that, and one of my uh, buddies, and I call them buddies, is the VFW commander here in town, and he was there, and then Jake, a friend of mine, another guy I served with, Matt, another friend that I served with, was there, and I was telling him, I'm like, I would love to sit down and just have a round table with you guys where we just sit around and talk about the memories that we had. That's what the purpose of this show is. Um, that is what my goal is to do. But my real goal is to sit down with my two other friends that we all served together from the beginning where I used to live from 97 until the day I retired. Um, which is 20 years. That's my goal is to sit down with them two and tell you guys some stories about what we would do as soldiers and um, privates and as NCOs. And as NCOs we kind of didn't hang out with the young guys anymore because we were getting older and we needed to act more professional. There was so much on us to actually act professional that we didn't have time to go and imbibe with alcohol like we used to. Um, I can tell you a couple of stories. I didn't sleep much. It was my fault because I go out drinking all the time, and I get back to my house at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we have to be formation at 6:30. Them were some long fucking days. Um, I did some stupid shit. I still do some stupid shit, but I don't do too much stupid shit. So yeah, I don't have much to say because nobody has any questions.
Alpha has a question right there.
I'm going to get to that, and that's so. Alpha asked the question, do you think people who serve in the military deserve to get paid more than they do, if at all? I don't feel they get enough, honestly, because their job is most important. So, I don't feel our job is as important as a person that works at McDonald's. Here's why I say that. Do I feel they get paid enough? Believe you me, they do. On top of their salary, if they're an active duty soldier, they get basic allowance for housing, basic allowance for sustenance. So their base salary, I let me see let me look up. I can tell you the pay scale. That's one thing I can do. I can tell you who is overpaid.
Yeah. any fucking 4-star general.
Yeah, you wait until you see how much they fucking make a month. Let me see. Let's go to financials. Let's go to my pay. Let's go to I did look up today that a soldier that gets paid I'm just trying to find the pay scales. So here's the things that they get: special and incentive pays. They get family separation allowance when they go overseas. They get special. They get that. They get basic allowance for housing. They get basic allowance for subsistence. I'm trying to find the pay schedule. What the fuck is going on? Whenever we go on travel, we get
Per diem.
per diem. They don't have to pay to have their taxes done. When you deploy overseas, they're tax free. They don't have to pay taxes. Everything's for free. There we go. Basic pay rates. All right. An 08 gets, if they've had over, okay, let me look at this again. If you're a 010, which is a 4-star general, and you've had over 40 years of service, you get $18,491.70 a month in pay. An 01 with 2 or less years gets $3,826.20 a month. Let's go to enlisted. An E1 with over 26 years, which that'll never fucking happen, gets $2,000. They make $2,017.20 a month. If you're an E1 for 26 fucking years, you need to get out of the fucking army.
Because that pay does not change at all.
Oh, no, it doesn't. You usually, from E1 to E2, it's probably like 3 months. And then from E2 to E3, it's probably 6 months after that. And then E3 to E4 is another 18 months. And then E4 to E5, I think it's like 4 years. You have to be in the army before you can become an E5. An E9, with over 40 years of service, makes $9,891.30 a month. Let's see, I retired with 22 years. I made $4,076. Let me rephrase that. I didn't make it. I might have made on active duty, I might have made $2,695 a month, not including BAS and BAH. Now I can tell you right now, BAH, basic allowance for housing, is about $1,000 for an E5, and it's based on rank. So there's that. Pay is so $18,970 or $30.70. A 4-star general makes a month. I think that's the number that I threw out there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're and I did see if you're an O10, it takes you forever to get to an O10. O10 is, see, there's O1 is a lieutenant, second lieutenant, first lieutenant is an O2, captain is an O3, major is an O4, lieutenant colonel is an O5, colonel is an O6, brigadier general is an O7, major general is an O8, that's 2-star, lieutenant general O9, yeah, so O10 is a 4-star general. That's how much they make a month. On top of other incentives.
Just
like
for being a general.
Everybody bitches about fucking bonuses. Depending on which kind of 4-star you are, you get, like, if you're the chief of staff, you get a fucking like $10,000 bonus a year for doing it. Something like that. I don't know. I might be speaking on my ass. I don't know. I've never asked. I've met generals before. They're pretty cool people. They're as civil as the next person. They put your pants. I had one tell me, he's like, I was shaking. He goes, son, relax. I put my pants on just like you do. I'm like, fucking hey, I like this guy.
Mm-hmm. Has there been any generals you met that have been like in the movies, the real hard asses?
So, no, but my commanding officer at Fort Campbell when I was there is a Fox News contributor, Major General Keene. Well, Lieutenant General Keene. I think he became 4-star. I'm not sure, but he's a Fox News great guy. Great guy. So motivational. We had a soldier die, and he came and talked to us all. He cared about his soldiers. You don't see that very often, but he cared for his soldiers. And listening to him talk, he politics aside, down to earth. So down to earth. I don't think I've met anybody famous. I got to meet the president of Haiti when I was in the army. The guy's fucking shorter than Mo is. I do want to say thank you to those that have served, and if your family has served, thank you. Or if you've had family members that serve, thank you. But there's one thing that we don't do very often, and I never see it. I do it all the time when I'm at events. I thank the family members for their service too. They sacrifice a lot as well. Yes, the soldier sacrifices their life up to their actual life. Military spouses and families give up their
loved one.
They give up their life so that their soldier can go and do their thing. We don't do that enough. So if you see a soldier and you say thank you to that soldier, say thank you to that wife for their service. And I guarantee you that she will be happy as hell. She will glow, or he will glow, because they don't get enough appreciation. They really don't. And I see it a lot. A lot. I want you to remember that Memorial Day is not for soldiers. It's for those that have left us. I don't consider Veterans Day one day a week. In our house, it's every day. Because I'm a veteran, right? So I'm thankful for what I have. I've gotten places, the military got me places that I didn't think I'd ever get to. And for that, I'm very thankful to the Army. My mentor, Sergeant Dilly, and Sergeant Clark, and Sergeant Schaefer, even though we were all, I'm older than them, they are higher ranking than I was, but I appreciate them for who they are and what they become. They are my heroes. As far as non-family members. Now, my dad, who this show is dedicated to, I am so happy to have reconciled with him, because there was a time where we didn't get along, and I was able to get his story. We got to get it out there, but I've got his story out there that I want everybody to hear, and I really want everybody to hear it. That man, my grandfather, my uncle, Heather's got a cousin and an uncle.
Both of my
grandfathers.
Both of my cousins.
So I want to thank you all who served. You mean the world to. I know that we're living in a geopolitical climate right now where family members are leaving family members because of who they voted for. And I'm not making this a political show. Don't be dumb. Don't shut somebody out in haste because of something that, it just goes to show the hypocritical garbage that we have going on in the world today. People that they're hypocrites. People that walk away from their family are hypocrites.
They wanted to do it before the election, but now they have the guts to do so.
I mean, people like that are going to live, they're going to die alone, and they're going to regret it. They say they won't regret it, but they will. Just don't do anything in haste. I've never done anything in haste. All of you know me very well. I hold no grudges. I move on from things rather quickly. I don't get involved in, when it comes to family stuff, I don't get involved because, or take one side over the other. The only thing I do is I tell whatever, I don't think this is a good idea for you to do this, but you make that choice. Not a good idea because mentally it's not good for you. It's really not. Physically, it's not good for you either. I do want people to keep one thing in mind. Um, our enemies that we have today, we have to keep in mind who we are the enemies of. We are not the enemy of the other people that live in the other country. We are the enemy of their government. I want you to think about this. We as a society have got to remember that soldiers are people too. What they are doing, they think is right. It may not always be the right thing, but not everybody believes the same thing as everybody else. They believe that they are defending their own land. That's what they're being told. So with that said, just keep that in mind when we start talking about how horrible a country is. Because it's not the country that's horrible, it's the government that is horrible. Okay? So our enemies are not really enemies. They're only defending what they believe is true. I know that sounds stupid, but that's just my mentality with war. Previous question from Rayshawn. I don't believe that the people that are fighting in those that are on the front lines dying or being injured are that way. They just are brainwashed. And army, I'm going to say that we were brainwashed into thinking we were doing the right thing all the time, but we aren't always doing the right thing. That's why you have to live by your army values. You have to do what's morally right. If you think something is wrong, and I'll give you an example, and this isn't a true story, but here's a off the wall example of something that if a commander came, an officer came to me and said, you need to go shoot that man. Let's say he didn't do anything wrong, right? I needed to shoot that man. I would be like, that morally to me is wrong because he did nothing. He did nothing wrong. We are not allowed under the Geneva Convention to kill somebody who has surrendered. If we do, we can be court-martialed and thrown in prison, making license plates for the rest of our life. Not everybody believes that. Not everybody thinks that is what we need to do, or that they need to do. But that's one thing that I believe. If I was told to take no prisoners, I would tell that commander to eat my asshole. It's just like this whole thing that I've used this reference with the election. If Donald Trump, and I was a soldier, and he told me that I needed to go into Philadelphia and start shooting people because they are unruly, I would tell him to go fuck himself. I would then say, sir, you are under arrest. And I would tell him why. Because that is an unlawful order. You do not, I'm sorry, you do not. This is where people are not thinking clearly. They just have the hate for one man. None of that's going to happen. That's why I don't feel that anything like that's going to happen. JP, I feel that wholeheartedly. It's us, the people, versus them, the government. Well, it's our government versus their government. It's not our people versus their people. It's one government against another. That's what it is. Not our government. Our government shouldn't try to keep people divided. It's other governments. That's how that works. So I get what you're saying, but you're kind of saying it wrong. Not being hateful towards you, but I'm just trying to educate you on the way it works. I've never... I would show compassion for... I would show compassion to an ISIS soldier. Do you want to know why? Because they're brainwashed. They're being brainwashed by people that think that radical Islamic beliefs are what they need to fight for. Now, if he tried to kill me, then I'd just shoot him because fuck him. But I it's my life or his, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But other than that, I don't have much to say. There's really no question. Like I said, next year I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna do this next year with Jason and Dan. I think it'll be good. I might even do it. I don't know if Jason will do it. But I think that these kinds of things needs to be more of a thing. We don't do enough for our soldiers, to be honest with you. Homelessness is a really big thing right now in the Army and with veterans. Because they don't know and don't understand that the help is there. They're afraid to get it because then they'll be weak. And there is nothing wrong with asking for help. I ask Heather for help every day, getting out of bed. That's not true. But I want to thank everybody that stopped in. Aaron, Alpha, I appreciate it for you being here. It means a lot to me. I look forward to these things, these hangouts. I don't know why I do, because I can just talk and get things off my chest. I am going to school to be, I don't know if I'm going to school to be a therapist, but I am going to school for mental health and wellness. I think that I've learned that talking about things that are bothering you, football's completely dead. That's the last cause. I'm never going to get over the anger of losing a game. But we need to get suicide. If you are having trouble, please dial 988. Call someone. Talk to someone. There's nothing wrong with speaking up, saying I'm not doing okay. If your job can't understand you taking a mental health day, then they aren't very good employers. No matter who it is. And I'm not sitting here saying you need to take a mental health day every day because, oh my God, this guy's making me work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. That's just life in general. Those fucking kids that are crying about that on fucking TikTok and shit need to be beaten.
I don't have a life. I just work. Stop
Welcome
spending
to the
$500 on fucking makeup and shit like that.
Welcome to the real fucking world. I gotta live. I gotta work to live. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, what do you want? Do you think you're just born with $1 million in your fucking pocket or something, or what? I mean, I don't know where it got lost, that and the entitlement. I don't know where the entitlement came from. This is why people need to join the military, because they need to learn self-discipline and values. Nobody has values anymore.
Well, no, because everything's gentle parenting now.
I wish I had gentle parenting.
It doesn't work.
It don't, but I wish I had gentle parenting at times. I got yelled at every fucking day. Every day I got yelled at. Now, my mom's justified with the yelling sometimes, but this is what it is. It's life. Work is what it is. You gotta work to fucking have. You work hard, you play hard. God damn. I enjoy what I fucking do. I don't even really consider what I do work. I get to take care of people that need help. People that deserve the help. And I really pisses me off when having, well, I'm good right now. But are you, man? You look like you're fucking tired all the fucking time. You look stressed out. What's the concern? The biggest concern right now in the fucking military is money. Nobody's making it. And yes, soldiers don't get paid a lot, especially Army Reserve soldiers. They have full-time jobs, and then they're expected to leave their job where they get paid more than what the Army pays them to come and hang out for a weekend and not fucking do anything. So yeah, they are underpaid. But if it's an active duty, they're really not, because everything's paid for. Especially if you're a single soldier. They house you in pretty nice fucking rooms. Fucking Jesus Christ. Fucking luxury apartments. Some of these fucking things that these guys live in now. It is what it is. You just have to live within your means, people. That's how it is. That is true. I agree with that, Aaron. I agree with that. But that being said, I think we're going to get out of here. I'm fucking yawning for some fucking reason.
That's because there's not much going on.
Yeah, I'm tired. Today took a lot out of me.
You even took a nap.
I did. It was an emotional day. Believe it or not, to this day is an emotional day for me. Because my dad's birthday just passed. It's just one of those things. I feel like I need to do this just for the simple fact. I do want to say cheers to all my brothers out there. I'm drinking the old Milwaukee Light. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to the families of the soldiers. And thank you to all of those that have sacrificed everything, including their life, to allow people to act like fucking dipshits on Twitter.
Yeah.
So cheers to you guys. I love the fucking intro to this. I really love the intro. Heather did a hell of a job on the intro. That's probably the best intro we got. I'm just going to throw that out there now. I am thinking about getting, what is it, Wondershare or Fillmore?
They're both the same. It's Wondershare done by Filmora.
Well, okay, but I'm thinking about getting that back for you so that we can
work on your dad's stuff without
yes.
a giant watermark adding on like 2 megabytes to the whole fucking file.
Yeah. So I want to thank you guys. For all of you that see this, please, hey, you need to check this out. Next year it's going to be better, I promise. I'll have somebody here. Who knows? I might actually do this on Memorial Day too. I don't know yet. But I want to thank you guys. Have a great night. These guys will be back on Wednesday.
With D&D.
With D&D, and then Friday with HGGM, and then Sunday I might even be back. I'll be back Friday with something before HGGM. And then these guys will do HGGM. Okay? Does that sound like a plan?
We may even see Basement back with some Resident Evil.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to Basement yet today, so. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Be well. And save a horse, ride a cowboy.